You must have given an email ID to so many people and so many correspondents.
But not to you.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can even produce a WhatsApp and say that, see, this is how I've communicated. He's been communicating on his WhatsApp on various things with me. This is that. Idea is communication.
Right. Notice has to be reached. And you read a circular the other day where income tax
is now starting. Yes. That in income tax you will not need to go to the AO. You can receive notices and send your reply also through email. No need to go to the AO.
Sir, in many cases, what happens? People says I don't read.
Yes.
All documents get submitted.
Yes, through email.
Soft copies.
Yes. So they are starting this process.
In many cases, people says I don't read mail or I don't check my WhatsApp.
So then, put a specific clause in the agreement that this will not be considered as that.
Because in many cases it happens practically.
When
people
you can prove it, see, he's been sending emails.
No, sending is yes.
It's your system default that if you are not reading your mails, you can't ask the sender that it is his problem. Why did he send it when I am not reading it?
So when we write usually time is an essence of a contract, what it means? When we allege that the time is essence of contract, it means that particular time mentioned for completion is a predominant element of a contract, that without which the contract will not be what it is. When we write time is an essence of contract. If time is allowed to pass without the contract being completed, then it is fair to consider that the promisor has definitely rendered it impossible to carry on the contract. I'll just read this. That when time is not the essence of, when time is the essence of the contract, parties stipulate the condition that the condition must be strictly complied with within that time. Subject matter is such that the contract that the circumstances ensure that it has to be completed within a time, and a party who has been subjected to unreasonable delay gives a notice to the party default, making time the essence of contract. So even though it's not incorporated into your agreement, and if I give you a notice that time is an essence of contract, then also time becomes an essence of a contract. Now when time is not an essence of contract, where contract includes clauses which provides extension of time. So you comply with these within time, but you have extension, that in that condition itself invalidates time as an essence, and if there is a clause for payment of fine or penalty after expiry of time.
Even interest.
So in that case, time no longer remains the essence.
Even if you mentioned it in the...
Yeah, even if you mention the time is the essence of contract, but you provide these conditions,
so that
it invalidates, Here, in Supreme Court, the court has held that the court cannot be oblivious to the fact that the reality of the constant rising price of urban properties. In that sense, time is limit set to a contract is to be strictly construed. In case of development agreement, if the developer is taking too long, so we will not say that because I couldn't complete it, you have to comply with times.
What will happen if you put both the clauses, interest will डाल दिया और time is
So the time of essence,
say कि for delay up to 7 years we will charge interest, but after 7 years time will be essence of contract, and the contract will get terminated.
Then it can happen after that stage. When it is a specific period is defined, after which
there is no remedy, no grace period.
हमने उसको इस तरीके से क्लासिफाई नहीं किया है, तो फिर टाइम इस एसेंस ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं रहेगा.
कॉन्ट्रडिक्टरी है ना. आप बोल रहे हो टाइम इज एसेंस ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, पर उसको कह रहे हो हाँ एक्सटेंशन भी दे दिया, इंटरेस्ट ले लेंगे, ये कर देंगे, तो टाइम का एसेंस रख दिया.
Whether oral contracts are valid in India, oral contracts are valid and enforceable. However, when the execution of further written contract is a condition of the bargain, or where it is a mere expression of desire of parties, in that case, it's not a oral valid contract. Oral contracts must be proved with clearest and satisfactory evidence of clear witnesses. However, it would be unwise in any party to act on an oral contract unless it's written. So, even though it's valid, but it may not necessarily be binding if you cannot prove. The word shall and may, we tend to use shall and may in a contract very regularly. What it means is that shall is a mandatory requirement. That means the party will do
Has to do.
Has to do it. Party may or may not do it at his discretion. And these words cannot be used interchangeably. However, in certain situations, looking at the entire context of the document, the courts have interpreted it otherwise. However, it is safe to assume the basic rule by drafting the shall is mandatory and may is directory. The essence of the
no presentation can be completed. Same is the morning only. Much dislike of Manali. Okay.
So in this case, Deep Chandra versus Sajid Ali Khan, it was held that even though there was not a formal document, but the parties had acted upon it, in that case, when the terms of a contract are agreed upon, parties have desired that they should go through a formal document, that the mere fact that there is no formal document does not render the agreement inconclusive. So consent terms, we say usually consent terms do not constitute a judgment. The court has to be satisfied that the parties have understood the compromise and have a consensus. In the absence thereof, no compromise can be recorded. Judgment by consent may bind the parties in the same way as judgment by adjudication. These are the points to be kept in mind by drafting agreements. Usually one has to prepare an outline, arrange the clauses in logical sequence, give proper headings, give proper numbers. The text should be clear in writing, fonts have to be clear, and concrete words have to be used. There has gender-specific words like he, she have to be avoided. Short sentences have to be used. Proper punctuations so that there is no ambiguity. Avoid drafting in passive voice. We have to use active voice, and so that it's more direct and vigorous. And as far as possible, put statements in positive forms instead of he will not do it, he will refrain.
So that restrictive covenants, how do we put that? Because restrictive covenants are always put in negative.
We can reword it or we can use it properly.
Guidelines.
These are general guidelines. Where necessary, then you have to avoid hesitant or non-committal language and do not create ambiguity. How to negotiate a successful contract? You are required to do.
I think we can finish the.
Just do not create ambiguity. Two clauses which are confusing or contrary to each other. Then you have to be very careful with that.
What is the second last? Avoid
unnecessary or hesitant or non-committal. Something that you are comfortable committing, do not put it in a contract.
Okay.
We will see subject to something happening or a condition that may happen, may not happen. It's non-committal. You're not sure about whether you are going to comply with your terms of the contract. For negotiation of contract, you need to research your topic, research your market, your operations, define your position, what will be your scope in bargain or bond, evaluate the other side, listen in meetings, and do not give concessions so easily. If you're not comfortable, don't be shy to say no, and always expect the unexpected.
Thank you. Any questions anybody has?
I have a question regarding that time. If it's not mentioned that this is the time of the essence, and if somebody sends a notice, how can that be binding?
Then you probably tell the notice why. See, you have to understand the nature of the contract. If the nature demands that time should be an essence, then even though it's not included in the agreement, but you notify them later that due to these reasons it becomes an essence of contract, then I think that is binding, because the nature of the agreement is such that if you don't do it, then the contract will not be what it is.
But if they don't agree to those terms,
Then
those
you have to
conditions,
renegotiate. Then that opens up for negotiation.
that becomes open.
Open up for negotiation. But say if you don't negotiate, then by notice also what she will was that even if you not included in contract, by a separate letter also you can make time as essence of contract, provided the other party is not objected to.
There is no time essence in the contract, and they put a condition that if this time is not complied with, then these are the consequences. That those consequences can be application in that.
Provided you have agreed to it. The other party has agreed to it. If the other party is not agreed to it, then it opens up a negotiation. That's what happens. Yeah. In short, what it means is it does not restrict the other party to issue a notice of timing essence just because it is not there in the original agreement. At any stage, he can raise that issue that okay, now time should be essence.
We can keep this in our resolution. Yeah, definitely.
This agreement